Alright everyone, welcome to today's charting session. Sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam, what we do here is we take a look at yung mga trending names at kinukuha po natin yung listahan na yon sa Instagrams. So if you use Instagrams as your charting provider or charting software, you usually find that on the right hand side of your screen. Tumatanggap din po tayo ng mga chart requests. So kung meron po kayong mga requests, please feel free to post them in the comment section below. And I do get to all of them eventually. Minsan nga lang po, hindi ako kasing bilis ng gusto ng ibang tao, but I do get to all of your requests, or at the very least, I try to get to all of your requests in a reasonable amount of time. Okay? So Friday na naman, no? Tapos na naman po ang isang linggo. I hope naging fruitful at maganda po yung linggo nyo sa market. We'll start today off with SGP. So SGP is both a trending name and a requested stock, no? So I wanted to start with this. As you can see, nasa 5-minute chart tayo kasi kulang pa rin yung data kung baga kapag tinitignan ko siya sa daily chart. So I prefer to use a lower time frame para lang mabigyan kayo ng clearer picture of what's been going on. Also, kung mapapansin nyo, there are more levels than usual, mga lines, compared sa mga typical na charts ko. And that's because we're in the lower time frames. So sa lower time frames, mas maraming areas or inflection points na kailangan i-identify simply because mas maraming nangyayari, for lack of a better term, sa lower time frame. Okay? So, nakwento ko last time, itong rounded bottom na to, we picked up, we went up, tapos price continued higher, then we were saying na itong head and shoulders dito, nagkaroon tayo ng invalidation, di ba? It broke to the upside, broke above this, tumuloy. Tapos we were worried na nagperform tayo ng head and shoulders here, which ngayon is nabuo nga. Di ba? So nabuo siya, tapos price came back down, ngayon nag-trade tayo sa 14.7. Now, within this specific time frame, which is sa 5 minutes, price is now trading within this range. That's 14.5 more or less to 15.24. Syempre, pwede nating i-finesse ng konti ng i-finesse, pero dahil nga lower time frame, pag ipipilit pa natin yung extreme accuracy, medyo mas mahirap, no? So, ito yung more or less area where price is currently trading at. What we want to see, kung bullish yung gusto nating makita sa SGP, if we want a continuation, is we want for price to break up to the upside again, maybe breaking up above itong 15.6 na area para mag-open up ulit tong range na to, then maybe break above 16.08 to retag yung 16.5 na high. Okay, bakit kailangan tong 15.6 but di lang tong 15.24? Ang tight kasi ng area dito, ang tight ng consolidation. So baka kahit mag-break dyan yung price, maipit muna siya dito, and it's not a wide enough range para magbigay ng enough room for error. Syempre, well, kayo baka genius, pero ako hindi eh. So dahil hindi ako genius, I want to give my trades more room to breathe, no? And etong area na to is quite tight, so baka hindi ko siya ma-execute as well as I would want to. So I would rather have a clearer picture moving forward before I step in. Okay? Ang ayaw natin namang makita is for price to come back down and start trading beneath tong 14.5 kasi that opens up this area here hanggang 14. And if mabasag tong 14, we might just come back and tag etong gap na unfilled dito sa baba. Okay? So yan po yung mga scenarios na tinitignan natin sa SGP. Next po, tignan naman natin yung KEEPR. So kabubukas lang ulit ng KEEPR today, no, from suspension. Now you have to forgive me as I finagle the chart a little bit kasi dahil wala pa ganon nangyayari, 'di ba? Tapos kapag naka-auto siya, it's not doing what it's supposed to do, no? So it's not giving us a clear picture. So there. So ito po yung trading na nangyari today. Okay? Ang FOO price nito was at 1.5. We opened today at 1.65. Okay, so that's a 10% increase. Tapos we moved higher, tapos price came back down, tapos nagsettle na naman tayo sa ganito, no? Again, doon sa mga nakakapansin, it looks eerily similar sa nangyari sa SGP and sa ALDI. Except in this particular instance, kulang pa. Okay, hindi pa siya hinog. I would rather wait for it to form kung talagang magdo-double bottom siya, na mag-form siya ng maayos, magbigay ng proper na breakout, pullback, possible re-entry, and see if we can get in from there. Okay? Now, bakit wala pa ako nilalagay na levels? Kasi for me, masyado pang kulang yung chart. Yes, pwede akong maglagay dito, dito. Di ba? Parang kunyari, just to show you the picture, pwede akong maglagay dito, 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 dito. Parang lahat dikit-dikit, di ba? 1.72, 1.74, 1.76. So, it doesn't really paint a clear picture para sa akin kung ganon. So, I wanna leave it blank for now and observe it moving forward. Okay? Para mas maging klaro yung picture bago ako mag-decide kung anong itsura ng map na ilalagay ko. Kung ano yung mga levels na feeling ko na mas importante. Okay? So, maganda niyan. Sama-sama naman po natin itong titignan. I'm sure this will stick around sa trending names list for at least a little while. So, sama-sama po natin itong matitignan. Sama-sama po natin mababantayan. Sama-sama rin po tayong matututo. Okay? Next is a requested chart. Let's take a look at GSMI. So, pwede na bumalik sa auto, no? Alright. So, GSMI, nag-form na tayo ng head and shoulders pattern here. Okay? To the more astute sa inyo, yung mga matatalas yung mata, pwede rin sabihin na nag-form tayo ng smaller head and shoulders here, tapos nabuo na yung pattern target, di ba? So, ito yung head and shoulders mo. Nabuo na yung pattern target dito. Tapos meron tayong larger head and shoulders pattern na nagfo-form. Now, those of you who have watched my videos, you know that I like na kapag na-invalidate yung head and shoulders pattern. Kasi usually, mga bearish patterns na hindi natutuloy, yun yung mga nagiging mas bullish, if that makes sense. Diba? Kasi essentially, what I'm looking for is yung mga tao na na-trap sa other side eh. So usually, I like to see patterns that are invalidated kasi for me, that paints a clearer picture. So in this particular instance, I want to see price start trading above 112. Bakit 112? Kasi itong right shoulder at 109, yes, yan yung high niya. Pero, mauuntog lang tayo sa resistance na nag-form sa area na to. Itong resistance, diba? Tapos support, support, resistance. So, mauuntog lang tayo dyan. So, I wanted to see clear here, then make an assessment. Okay? Actually, ito dapat nasa taas na. Hindi ko alam bakit siya bumaba ulit. It should be moved there. So, kapag nag-open up yan, that opens up this area on top here para balikan yung taas ng head and shoulders pattern. Okay? Ang ayaw nating makita, of course, as with every other head and shoulders, is mabasag to the downside. Now, for me, yung neckline niya is around 98.5. Bakit 98.5? Bakit ditong low na to? Kasi ito parang overshoot lang. Tapos itong area na to, if you look at it, it acted as support, resistance, 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 and so on. So it feels to be a significant na area, a significant na level. So if mabasag tong 98.5, I will consider na parang nabasag na rin yung neckline ng head and shoulders natin. And if you're a technical trader that looks for pattern targets, then maybe you can start looking for kung saan yung potential target na pag na-validate yung head and shoulders. Okay? Sa akin, simple lang naman eh. Kapag nabasag yun, edi wala nang bullish momentum, and since wala namang shorting sa PSE pa, then there's no need for me to keep tracking it. I might as well just check it every now and then assess kung may nakita na akong potential setup in the future. But again, lahat to hypothetical scenarios lang if mabasag lang naman. It's highly possible na mag-hold tayo, tapos yun nga, tumuloy na lang siya pataas. Eh di good for everyone, di ba? Yun naman yung gusto natin. Next, let's take a look at WLCON, no? So, WLCON, sorry, let me delete that. Wala pa rin nangyayari. Essentially, we're still consolidating in this range here, this wider range. I would have preferred it sana kung dito lang tayo sa taas nag-consolidate. Kaso, from the get-go, yung mga excess pa lang na ganyan, nakikita mo na pwedeng balikan ng price eh. So, mas realistic naman talaga na itong wider yung range na i-cover natin, no? But again, I would have preferred sana kung dito lang shots tumuloy na tayo pataas. Kaso, wala, ayaw niya makisama, no? So, ang nangyari, nakita natin this week, WLCON broke down. Now, it's coming back to test itong level of support from before. Now, Pag nabasag to pataas and we start holding, then maybe we come back to 31.9 and find enough momentum to break that para mag-open up ulit tong wide area na to. Pero kung nauntog tayo dito sa level na to, tapos we start falling down, break beneath 27.8, then baka hindi na maganda. Medyo nagiging mas bearish na itsura. Technically, head and shoulders pattern na rin. Breakdown, baka mag-consolidate dito konti. Pag mabasag ang 25.3, we might come back and reach for 22.1. So yan po yung ayaw nating makita sa WLCON. And then finally, let's take a quick look at DMC, no? So DMC, so nag-form tayo ng high, we came down, we identified this area here, yung white zone, as potential na pwedeng balikan ng price. Price came back up, tagged hanggang dito lang sa 8.43, then rolled over again. Okay? So from here, same as before, sabi natin nun, ayaw natin makita mabasag to, nabasag. We were worried na if price came back, pwede siyang mag-act as resistance. Yes, it overshot by a little bit, pero nag-act nga tong area na to as resistance, tapos nag-roll over na naman tayo. So, kung gusto nating makita na may magpapatuloy ang bullishness, gusto ko na makita ngayon is mabasag tong white zone altogether. Ngayon, pag nabasag to, then highly likely we come back and tag tong 9.42 na area. Then if mabasag yan, 9.71 next. Ngayon, nag-range ang price dito. So, ayaw nating makita is mabasag tong 7.25. Kasi what happens there is we likely come back and visit tong white zone sa baba. And if that white zone breaks to the downside, then baka mas malalim na ang pwedeng maging hukay nito. Bakit mas malalim? Kasi as I always say, yung mga ganitong grinding na move, usually kapag nababalikan yan, ang kapalit niyan, kung talagang magbe-bearish siya, baka grinding din pababa. Hanggang mabalikan natin yung key areas of support around this area there. So yun yung ayaw nating makita dito sa DMC. Okay, so konting ingat-ingat lang. Kung kunwari may hawak kayo, nakabili kayo sa baba, tumaas na, I'm almost sure na karamihan sa inyo na hit na yung trail stop. So I hope in that instance, ay sinunod nyo yung discipline nyo, sumunod kayo sa setups nyo, sumunod kayo sa system nyo, at kumita na kayo from the market. And if so, congratulations, no? If hindi pa nahihit yung mga trail stops nyo, tuloy pa rin, then ito yung mga scenarios that we want to watch out for moving forward. Okay? So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? Happy weekend po sa inyong lahat. And as always, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!